can't stop the signal now.
Welcome back to another Rebel Rant. So thanks to this major life change and having to move and everything, I am a bit behind the curve here, so I'm going to try and get caught up here with some of these current events going on, especially in regards to entertainment and gaming and pop culture. So today we're going to be talking about Regal Cinema and how they have temporarily suspended operations in both the US and the United Kingdom. Ooh doggy. Oh, this is a big one, folks. And yeah, I realize I'm behind the curve on that, but you know, Rebel Rant has got to get his 2 cents in. So here we go. So this move will impact around 45,000 employees, while the company's stock dropped more than 40%. Now, this article was released on October 4th of 2020. So it says here, Cineworld is the second largest global exhibitor behind AMC. That's, you know, these are pretty big companies we're dealing with here, folks. Billion-dollar companies and whatnot. They employ a lot of people around the world, and these are pretty key hubs when it comes to our pop culture and entertainment and whatnot. Movies are huge. I'm sure you know. Many people, millions of people love to go to the movies. At least they used to, you know, before this 2020 malarkey started, and really just put a wet blanket doesn't even been to cover it. And, more like a giant sponge that's been sitting outside in the gutter for, you know, several hurricanes coming through. You know, if you know what I mean. It's been pretty bad. Yeah, as I'm sure most people will agree. And it's kind of funny because just over a week ago, I did go to the mall, and my local theater is a Regal Cinema. So I went there because, you know, I refuse to wear a mask when I go out in public. Now, I'm a disabled veteran. I have severe sleep apnea. And the military gave me a parting gift of every year when it starts to get colder around, you know, the fall and winter months, more often than not, I get a cold and it threatens to turn into bronchitis. So, you know, that does make me a little more susceptible to something like, say, the beer bug. However, as a certified biologist, I am not worried about it at all. And I have not worn a mask. I have not come down with the beer bug. Yeah, I just refuse to. And that includes going to the movies, especially when the theaters are less than packed, if you know what I mean. And so I went to the theater to find out exactly what their policy was regarding masking. I talked to the manager. We actually talked for several minutes. We had a very interesting conversation about a lot of things, including the theater policy and other related topics. Now, the gentleman, yeah, he did confirm that company policy, I needed to wear a mask. As you can see here, the CEO, Mookie Greidinger, not sure how to say that. This is not a decision we made lightly, and we did everything in our power to support safe and sustainable reopenings in all of our markets, including meeting and often exceeding local health and safety guidelines. Folks, this is not intelligent thinking here. I'm sorry. Most people I know, they don't like the masking mandates. They don't like wearing the masks. They very correctly do not believe that these masks do anything to protect them, yet they wear them anyways because, you know what? People got to make a living. People got to eat. And most people are simply, well, the American Revolution was only fought by 3% of the population. To put it in perspective, the vast majority of the people are not going to have the motivation, I guess you could say, to openly engage in civil disobedience in such a way, at least not in modern times. So I will say this, the manager was a very good guy. We talked about this quite a bit extensively. He did say that technically I was supposed to wear a mask, but he did give me some advice on how I could possibly get into the theater to see the movie, which was The Empire Strikes Back. I really wanted to see that in the theater for the 40th anniversary. I am so disappointed that I wasn't able to do that. And this guy was trying to help me find a solution to where I could get in and see the movie without having to wear the mask. He was very, very cool about it, very smart about it. Because quite frankly, folks, this guy was trying to run a business. This was his job, his livelihood, and he had a lot of people working for him. He was trying to keep them employed, keep their paychecks coming. And folks, it was a ghost town. This was on a Saturday. The theater area was it was empty. Usually there's quite a few people in the lobby area, even if it's not like a really busy time. There was just next to nobody. I think I saw one or two people pass through, maybe a couple more while I was talking to him. But I was there for quite a while having a conversation with this guy. And it was just unreal. And I let him know. I didn't blame him. I knew it wasn't his decision, and he confirmed it was a decision from the higher up, from the corporate offices, as this article does confirm. Quite frankly, I could tell he was not happy about the whole thing, but what was he supposed to do? His hands were tied. He was just the manager. He wasn't an executive. He wasn't his company. He had to do what the higher ups made the decision to do. And this is the result, folks. Regal Cinema has shut down around in the US and in the UK. This is just, yeah, you can see this coming a mile away. And 45,000 people are out of jobs at this point. The movie industry is just devastated. I mean, anybody could have seen this coming. This year has just been full of so much malarkey. And as I'm sure you might agree, it's all been aimed at taking down one man. And tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people are suffering for it. Not just in the United States, but around the world. This is unreal, folks. And it goes beyond this. You got Hollyweird. They're doing all kinds of weird stuff over there. These actors and actresses, they're just, oh my goodness. Their true colors are coming through. Bright and loud. And people, the normal average person is suffering for it. Oh my goodness, Lord. Ooh, doggy. This is it's heartbreaking, to say the least. As besides the fact that I was so looking forward to seeing The Empire Strikes Back in the theater. That would have been absolutely amazing for me. I do remember seeing it as a kid. I was just old enough to remember seeing it. And it would have been something else to see it again on the 40th anniversary in an actual movie theater. It really sucks that I missed out on that. Quite frankly, these movie theaters have made the wrong decision. They've run themselves out of business for the sake of false security and false peace of mind. Honestly, there's not much more you can say about it. It's just a dirty, rotten shame. So the big question is, will the movie industry be able to recover from this? Quite frankly, I honestly don't know. The whole entire world of entertainment, especially movies in this regard, is such a hot mess. Wow. Yeah, honestly don't know. My prediction is we might very well see the return of small theaters, because quite frankly, that's the only way I can see personally of the movie industry coming back at all. Because these big companies, as you see, Regal itself is just going under. They're literally closing down across the board. And I'm thinking mom and pop theaters might be the only hope of the movie industry to survive after this malarkey is over. Maybe even drive-in theaters. I would love to see a resurgence of drive-in theaters. Those things were always fun, always a blast. So we'll see. We'll see if something positive comes out of this overall. And we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, how do you think this is going to play out? What do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment down below. With that said, I thank you for watching. This has been another Rebel Rant, speaking into the void.
Can't stop the